Hey there YouTube, this is the Rec84 here. Finally, I'm getting around to filming my thoughts video for this year's TFNation. 2 weeks later, I know, but I feel like if there was a limit to when you can upload your TFN videos, I think Tony would have broken it by uploading a 2019 video. I think it was like on the Sunday or Monday after TFNation, which is very early. So this is just going to be kind of a overall thoughts. I'm not going to go too in depth about the weekend. This is just going to be like my overall thoughts and feelings of the convention as a whole for this year. So let's get started with the Friday. Me and Jack got to the hotel at around, I think about 4:30. We'd intended on getting there a little bit earlier, but traffic and everything kind of took ages to get there. But it was fine. We got there. We met a few people there. I think we saw Ben and John and Dorian came around. And then when Mr. Jack Butcham arrived, we checked into our room. We went up. We got unpacked, and then we came back down to the kind of like the main, pretty much the bar. I can't remember what you call it, but no, we went down to the bar and met up with everyone, and we all went up. A few of us, I think it was about like 6 or 7 of us. We all went out for dinner. We went to that gourmet burger kitchen place. We've gone there now 3 years in a row, and I think it's become kind of a tradition to go there. And it was good. Again, it was just as good as it was last year. I decided to be a little bit more adventurous with what I chose to eat, and it worked out. You know, it was pretty good. But no, it's always good to go and have dinner with the people at the convention, because you know, just staying in the bar and staying in that hotel for most of the weekend, it kind of just drains you a lot, and you kind of need to just take like half an hour or an hour out of your weekend, or just out of your day, just to go outside, go and get a bit of fresh air, you know, and just go to a place that's not in the hotel, which is always handy. You know, it's handy that they've got that like shopping mall resorts place just over from the Hilton, so it's not too far, so you're not too far away from the action, if that makes sense. So with that done, we came back to the hotel probably around 7 or 8, I think, something like that, and we went into the main hall, which was where they were showing, it was like that 3-part episode thing, which was, I can't remember which episode it was now. We didn't stay for very long. It was me and the 2 Jacks. We just kind of, we were lingering at the back for probably about 20 minutes. And then we kind of just left. Like, it didn't really interest us that much. It was kind of disappointing that they didn't show a movie, regardless of what it was. You know, if it was the G1 movie or one of the live action ones. But then we kind of had a little look across from the little fence. There were like these little black fences kind of separating the main hall seating area from the dealer tables, and we all kind of had a little look, see from what we could see what each dealer had on their table. You know, Capal's table was always ridiculous, so they were pretty easy to spot, and In Demand's table were the ones who are usually right by the doors. So you can usually get a pretty good idea of what kind of things they've got on their table. So then after that, we kind of just went back to the bar, chilled, had a couple of drinks. And then just for the rest of the evening, I think we just spent the rest of it in our room, just having a couple of drinks in the room, chatting, having a laugh, you know. And then we probably went to bed probably around half 12, 1 o'clock maybe. So Saturday, got up about 6, half 6 I think. We got showered, dressed, went down for breakfast by around 8 o'clock I think, something like that. Had breakfast. It was a very nice breakfast. It always is every year. You know, it's nice to have a good cooked breakfast in the morning at the Hilton. It's very tasty. Went and queued up with Jack for the dealer room. We actually ended up quite close to the front, which is different than other years, because most years we end up like halfway down the other side of the hotel, which takes ages to get through, I will admit. You know, we went around the dealer room a couple of times, probably spent a good hour in there, and at that point we just kind of left and went back to the bar, and then we were just chilling for most of the day, to be honest, in the bar. I didn't really visit the dealer room too much because I'd bought Peru Kill in the morning, like probably about half an hour after the dealer room had opened. I bought him practically straight away, and that was like most of my budget gone for the weekend. So at that point, I just didn't want to spend more time in the dealer room, because then I'd have felt like I'd have just bought stuff like that I didn't really need, just bought stuff for the sake of it. When I was really happy with Peru Kill. So I spent most of the rest of the day just chilling in the bar or chilling in our room, until probably about 2:30, 3 o'clock maybe. At that point we had a bit of lunch. We bought the pizza, which is always very good at the Hilton. It's a very nice pizza. And then we went back into the dealer room for probably another half an hour or so. And one thing that kind of surprised me about this year, which I don't know, it doesn't bother me now, but it was kind of surprising on the day. The dealer room closed earlier than it had done previous years. Most years the dealer room had closed at around 5 o'clock, but this year it closed at 4 o'clock. It was the same on Sunday as well, which, you know, like, looking back at it now, doesn't really bother me that much, but would have been nice to spend a bit more time in the dealer room at the end of the day, so we only probably had the last half an hour-ish after eating lunch. And then after that, pretty much just went back to the room, had a drink or two, essentially just waiting for Club Con to start. Went down, queued up for that, went in, got pretty good seats, I will say. Watched the cosplay competition. Cosplay competition was amazing. Honestly, that Scourge / Black Convoy / Nemesis Prime, whatever people want to call him, that was amazing. I think it was based on the Black Convoy released like last year. I think it was last year. The Takara one, based on the Titan's Return mold. I think it's kind of based on that. So, being that it was Black Convoy. But that was amazing. And he got, I think he got second place. Which, you know, fair play to him. He really deserved it. The cosplay was amazing, but then the actual performance he gave whilst on stage and walking off was just so funny. It was so fantastic. But it was just really good. It was really entertaining. The Vortex was very cool, which was one of the other like mech cosplays. In terms of the humanoid cosplays, I really loved the Rodimus one from the IDW comics. He essentially started off as the purple look, and then he's kind of looking at like a poster of the Lost Light comics and just looking at how he looked in the purple. I don't know, he was kind of mad about it, and then he just changed clothes and got into the orange traditional look for Rodimus Prime, which was just fantastic. His performance was amazing. Such a cool cosplay, such a cool idea as well. I really liked that. We didn't stay for the Script reading, I don't think we ever have, to be honest. I think one of the years we caught the tail end of it. I think that might have been last year. But I don't think we've ever watched a full script reading. I don't know why, it's just never really interested me too much. But if next year they've got some awesome guests that I really like, that I'm looking forward to see, then I may end up watching the script reading, but no promises. And then after that, we all piled out of the room, and they were just getting it ready for the Stambush concert. Now, we went back to the room, and we were just sat there chilling for about an hour or so, waiting for them to they were kind of getting everything ready, like clearing all the chairs and stuff, getting the stage ready and that kind of thing. And we went down and we queued up. We came down out of the lift, and then we decided to go round the bar, round the other way to queue up down towards, because the venue for the concert was like right on the other. The room for it was right on the other side of the hotel compared to the bar. So like, bar was here, and then the venue was like up here almost. So like, it was like completely other side of the hotel, pretty much. So we went round and we went up to queue by the venue, but then there were loads of people queuing up. Obviously, some people have probably been queuing up since the club con ended, since the script reading had finished. So then we followed the queue back round, all the way around the rest of the hotel, and we ended up queuing where we'd come out of the lifts after coming out of our rooms. It was insane. You ended up queuing up, and then John and Ben came down, and they come out of the lifts and they come over to us, and they ended up queuing just behind us, and they said to us that they were planning on going to get a drink before they queued up. They just came to us and said, "Oh, we're not going to bother now because the queue was ridiculous. It was so long." But that was expected. People want to get good positions in the concert, which is fine. And then they started letting everyone in. And after the doors are closed and we all got in, and it all just kicked off from there. It was phenomenal, honestly. Before the convention, I meant to listen to more of Stambush's songs, but I kind of forgot about it. So the only ones I really knew were Touch and Dare. So I didn't really know any of his other ones, but as he was playing them, honestly, it was so awesome. His music's amazing, honestly. At one point, he got out an acoustic guitar. I think he did one or two songs with an acoustic, which those sounded phenomenal, honestly. And then he played a song from, I think the film's called Kickboxer. I think that was another 80s film. And he played that song, which was honestly so cool. I really liked that song after that. He played a couple of other songs that were like in other movies. And then he went up to the microphone. And he goes, "I think you'll know the next one. It's from a film in the 80s. And then, boom, it was Dare. And as soon as that opening riff was played, everyone in the crowd went insane. They went mental. Honestly, myself included. It was just fantastic just to hear Dare live in that room, And then, when it was being played, I mean, everyone was singing along, everyone was cheering, everyone was dancing, in that room, the atmosphere was just insane. It was insanely cool. Everyone was just cheering him on. And then after that, straight after, he played the Touch. And hearing then everyone singing that, it was outstanding. It was so awesome. Oh, it was an amazing concert. And then I'd say it was about 2 or 3 times everyone was cheering, you know, saying they want more. They say they want one more song. Uh, the first time they went off, they came back on and they played probably another 2 or 3 songs. They went off again, came back on, and then at that point they probably played 1 or 2 more songs, and then after that they went off again. Everyone was cheering for one more. And Stan comes on with the rest of the band and he's like, we don't know anymore. We don't know any more songs, so we're just gonna play this one again. And then they played Dare for the second time. Oh, it was so amazing just to hear it that second time as well. And just, you could tell how much the crowd loved Stambush and how much Stambush loved the crowd. You know, he seems so over the moon to be playing with it, playing those songs to us. You know, it was phenomenal. And then he went off again. Everyone was cheering, "Thank you, Stambush," which was quite funny. At that point, the band comes back on. They get a round of applause. They all bow. Everyone cheers. Everyone's going mental. And there isn't really much I can say about it, other than it was one of the most insane and amazing nights of my life so far. You know, I've been to a few concerts in the past. You know, back in February or March, I went to see Fall Out Boy at the NIA in Birmingham, and at that point, I thought that was one of the best nights of my life. You know, that was so insane. The atmosphere was mental. But this concert at TFN was just phenomenal. Honestly, it was insane. What a night, honestly. After that, it pretty much just calmed down. Everyone went back to the bar to get absolutely smashed. And pretty much everyone did. And then Sunday rolled along. Loads of people were hungover from the night before, which was quite funny to see. Sunday was pretty chill. Went to the dealer room a few times. Mostly just chilled in the bar, chilled in our room. We checked out, put our bags in the where they like behind the desk. I'm not sure what they call it, like a cloakroom, pretty much. And then it was just kind of chill for us of the day. Like, we didn't really do much, really. Like I said, I went to the dinner room a few times, spent a lot of time in the bar, just trying to catch up with people while we still had the chance for the weekend. And then around 4 or 5 o'clock, we were just starting to say goodbye to people. Came to about 6 o'clock, we said goodbye to Jack, which he said it in his video, and he said it like on his Snapchat stories and whatever, but each year it's just getting harder to say goodbye to everyone, because you build up these relationships with people. Like, even though you see them only once a year, they're still amazing friends, you know, and while you'll still talk to them throughout the year, like Jack, Dorian, Ben, John, everyone that I see, you know, I still talk to throughout the year. Even though I don't see them, you know, we still talk a lot. We interact a lot on social media and whatever. And, you know, it's a really good set of friendships. But it just gets hard to actually say goodbye to everyone, because we always feel like there's not enough time in the weekend to properly have a good conversation, a good amount of time with each person we want to interact with. There's just not enough time in a weekend. But saying that, if it was any longer than the 3 days, I feel like it'd get a bit boring, honestly. But that's just me, you know. I feel like if it was any more than 3 days, it would be a bit boring. But if it was any less than 3 days, or even just as it is as 3 days, there just doesn't feel like there's enough time. But inevitably, we're all going to go in next year, which, you know, I'm looking forward to. Looking forward to next year's TFN. I'm not sure what the theme is. I think it was like Beast Machines or something like that. which yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one, but I'll go with an open mind. But no, that's TFNation 2018. Like I said, had a fantastic time. Stanbush was amazing. The whole convention in general was fantastic, and I cannot wait for next year to come around. It's going to be amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and take care.